All right, once again, we're going to take a look at identifying a variable first and then writing an inequality based on what they give us in the problem. So it says in number one, Elisa won 40 lollipops playing basketball at the school fair. She gave 2 to every student in her math class. That was nice of her. She has at least 7 lollipops left. Okay, so we have our 3 numbers here to make a 2-step inequality. So we have 7 of them left. So I can circle that number. We started with 40, and she gave 2 to every. That's the same thing as 2 to each. Okay, so we want to write an inequality to represent the situation. So we're going to let S equal the number of students. Okay, that's the item that we're looking for, number of students. Okay, we're going to write the inequality. So we know that she had 40. Okay. She has 7 left, so we know that we're going to add 7. She gave 2 to each student, S. 2S. And now we want to show that that's less than or equal to. Why can't it be greater than? Because she won 40 lollipops. She didn't get any more than 40. Okay, now we take that inequality and we solve it. 2S plus 7 less than or equal to 40. Take away 7, take away 7. I get 2S is less than or equal to 33. And then I divide by 2. S is less than or equal to, now this one's going to end up being 16.5. And since we're talking about a number of students, we can't have 16.5. If we rounded up to 17, we would be using too many lollipops. So we have to round down to 16. So my answer is going to be 16 students. She might have a lollipop left over for herself. Okay, now, I want you, this next problem is one that I want you to really pay close attention to. I have seen this on the state exam many times. They talk about taking students on a field trip. Some are going by car, some by bus. We don't do that. We only take our students by bus, but I guess there are occasions where a parent has to bring a student, but not very often. So we have a total of 450 students going. Okay, so if you're starting, if you think, okay, how do I write this inequality, and you want to start writing it as you get the information, well, you know the 450 has to go by itself on the right-hand side. And I know that the buses, when we say 10 buses were filled and 5 more students traveled in a car, write an inequality. Well, we can't have more than 450. We can have less than or equal to 450 because the 450 is the number of students that went. So we have 10 buses that were filled. Well, we're going to let B equal the buses. That's the number of buses. That's what we're trying to find out. Okay, so it says there are 10 buses, so I put 10B. And then we have 5 more students that are traveling by car. Altogether, the 10 buses and the 5 extra students make up our 450. So now we solve that inequality. Take away 5, take away 5. We get 10B is less than or equal to 445. And then we divide by 10. Then we get B is less than or equal to 44.5. So that means 44.5 people are on each bus. Now, we're not splitting people in half, okay? So when we look at a problem like this, we can accept this as an answer, but it's pretty obvious that we're not splitting a person in half. That simply means that one bus has 44 students and the other one has 45. That's how you end up splitting that, okay? But our answer is B is less than or equal to 44.5. Now you'll notice there's not space for, and I'm not asking you to write or to draw a number line to show that solution, okay? So that's how that's set up. And again, just like yesterday, I'll do the third one setup, and then you need to work on solving 3 and finishing 4 through 8. Bill spent less than $26. Well, there's our total. So the 26 goes here, and it says less than. Less than. That means the stuff on the left-hand side of this inequality has to be smaller than 26. On a magazine and 5 composition books, the magazine cost $4. That one we know the cost of. The other 5 composition books, we don't know the cost of. So we go 5C. Again, we're assuming, since it says composition book, that I'm letting C equal the number of composition books. Okay, so 5C, we have $4 spent on a magazine, and then we need to solve that. I'll rewrite here just so you can see. Now, if we were graphing this on a number line, then we would certainly have an open circle because it says only less than. So we have a boundary at our answer, but we don't include that technically, okay? So I want you to solve that one and then create your inequalities for 4 through 8 and solve them.